Hey, welcome back everybody to Sunday, June the 30th. It's now the end of the month. Let's do a quick 10-minute update to do a monthly roundup and to talk about how the market is currently trending and to give a little bit of insight and predictions for what could happen next. So, the month has been a very volatile month where the market cap has dropped substantially. Whenever you take a look at the market at the end of the month, it's always going to be a slightly different type of analysis so you can get an overall gauge of how the entire market has been trending. So, welcome, guys. My name is Philakone. For those that don't know me, I have been in crypto for over 9 years now. This will be my ninth year, my second bull market, second bear market. Got through the first cycle, and that was mind blowing. I learned so much from it that it gave me an opportunity to do hyper successfully well in the 2021 bull market. At this third market, bull market, I hope to bring in over an 8-figure portfolio at the end, which is very attainable considering the size and how much I've accumulated thus far. And I'm here to provide you with top tier technical analysis so that you will always be up to date with what's been going on. So for those that have been following my series of tweets, thank you very much. I called bearish on June the 8th. Nobody believed me at all. In fact, I was quite hated on social media for calling we would first of all get to $60,000 and then secondly most likely hit $57,000 to $58,000. And guess what? We hit the $58,000. All of a sudden I got a bunch of new followers and now nobody's talking about $72,000. And a large part of my success is from the fact that I have been doing this for a very long time now. Not only that, I make very accurate predictions based off of the information that I have. They're all technically based off of charts and everything that I see. And nothing is a wild guess in any way. Everything is based off of sound logic and reasoning behind everything. And that's the reason for my high accuracy in the technical analysis. So today we're going to talk about some predictions and what is likely to happen. And also remember that just because you're making a prediction, it doesn't mean it needs to come true. Not only that, a professional trader is always going to look at both of the bearish and the bullish scenarios at the same time. We're never going to gravitate towards just one particular scenario because this way you lean much more towards one side too much. And then if this ends up happening, if the other direction goes that way instead, you're unfortunately going to be too biased in your direction and you will be too headstrong. And it's different and it's difficult for you to change your mindset to believe something else. So this way, we're always going to evaluate both of the scenarios. So right now, the way that Bitcoin is trending goes like this. It's trending in the 4-day chart, and we see that Bitcoin has been trending in this range for about 4 months now coming up. So we're sandwiched between around 72,000 and a little bit above $60,000. And unfortunately, until we break above or below here, we're not going to know any change of direction. This range needs to be broken, and more importantly, the 50 EMA and also the chandelier exit indicator is one of the main driving forces of support. You can see that the chandelier exit has held multiple times on this time frame before. It has held slightly below it there, but that's a third time. Here is the fourth time. Here's the fifth time. So in my opinion, there's still a strong possibility that we're actually going to get to around there or around this range over here, this green box. And then after we get to this green box, it might just be a wick. But I'm very confident that if we get to this green box and we hold, there could be a massive rally to the upside. Not only that, we have this huge trend line that looks like it wants to be broken. Eventually. Not right now, but eventually. If we break to the upside, it's going to be significantly huge. So the chances of us breaking up here, in my opinion, there's still a chance, but it's low. It's like 30%. So in my opinion, it's going to get down. It's going to break above there like that, or it's going to hit this green box first sometime in July. And then once it hits this green box, which is the 4-day chandelier exit and the 50 EMA support, it's going to go back up to roughly $72,000 and have a mega rally. The third option is we hit that green box and then we continue down. But until we have more data coming in, it's impossible to predict what could happen there. So this is how Bitcoin is currently trending for 6 days now, roughly. and there's no change in any way at all. The market cap is still at a standstill, just like how it was after we reached that low on June 24. And also Bitcoin dominance hasn't really been changing too much either. And then also we see that total 3, it has not changed much either, which is the market cap of all of the altcoins. Actually, surprisingly, even though Bitcoin has gone up, my portfolio has bled today, which means that people are actually selling off their small amounts or a Bitcoin or whatever amount, and they're actually injecting it into, excuse me, let me retract. They're selling off their altcoins and they're putting it into the Bitcoin market. So Bitcoin dominance is going up just a little bit earlier today, but nothing else has really moved. So because I'm down in my portfolio today just a little bit, I know that people are selling off their altcoin positions, but it's barely anything at all. So taking a look at the overall market, you see that nothing is moving above 10% today, up or down. So the market is horrible in terms of how sideways it is this Sunday. The next thing that I use to gauge the market is going to be this, okay? This is going to be the advanced volatility scanner of mine. This volatility scanner of mine is by far the best thing that you can have on the market on your side. It does two main functions, two things that it does extremely well. The first thing that it does is it gives you a gauge of the market. And the second thing that it does is it points out volatile coins. So the first thing it does is as soon as you see it, it's either going to look more green or more red, or it's going to be highlighted green. Okay. So if it's like this right now, where there's like a mixture of green and red, but a little bit more green, it means that the market is sideways. But if you notice that there's a high volatility criteria, so these boxes actually get highlighted green if there's 5% movement in 1 hour, 10% movement in 2 hours, 3% movement in 4 hours, or 20% movement in 2 days, which can also be highly customized. You don't need to keep these. Right now, I just happen to have it set the first column to 5% movement in 1 hour. But you can also make it highlight green if you want. For example, here now I changed it to highlighting anything that moves 2% in 30 minutes. So there's 4 columns that you can adjust and change it to whatever criteria you want. So if it meets that criteria, it gets highlighted green. If it gets highlighted green, it means that the volatility criteria is met and you should be looking at that coin to trade. So just imagine in a bullish market where everything is lit up green. You would come on the computer every day and probably be very excited. You'd be like, wow, this indicator is great because everything is actually highlighted green, which is going to tell you right away which one is the most volatile coin, which one you should go to take a look at. But without the indicator, all you can really look at to see volatility is like the TradingView list. But this only tells you in a 24-day period. If you use the crypto screener, if you use, for example, 4 hour, this only tells you in a 4-hour candle. Keep that in mind. Mine can actually tell you precisely. For example, here it would tell you 2 hours back exactly, or 4 hours back exactly. Not a 2-hour candle, not a 4-hour candle, not a 1 hour candle, not a 2-day candle. It tells you back exactly that period. So it's very different. After 9 years in the market, I've 100% developed the best indicator that you can use to get a gauge of the market instantaneously while also hunting for the most volatile coins. So in a bull market, when they highlight green, you'd be like, bam, I'm going to that coin. I'm looking at it. Let's trade this coin. You guys will see the applications like crazy. So my opinion is to get the indicator now because it took me tons of time and energy to develop it. So I charge $150 for it, but it's better to get it early before the bull market officially begins because you can have time to set it up and learn how to use it, be customized to it as well, and also just be used to using it into your regular day-to-day routine as well. So it's important to learn how to use things efficiently before they become a habit. So definitely check it out in the link below. And as for my alerts channel, let's check it out right now to see if anything has been going on today. So I have an alerts channel that has 9 confluent reasons to enter a trade. So that's one of the best things about it, okay? So every time there's a reason to enter a trade, that counts as 1 confluent reason. So this signals group of mine, it uses 9 confluent reasons with multiple indicators and also EMA and a bunch of other things. If 9 reasons line up to actually enter a trade, it will alert you for a long position. Now, the best thing about this is that you don't need to manually check off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yep, they all line up. I'll enter the trade. This does it for you. And because it does it for you, I have both a 4-hour channel for swing traders, so 4-hour candles, or for day traders, the 15-minute channel. So right now, they don't fire off as much, as you can tell, right? They don't fire off much. This is the 15-minute because the market's not the best. That's the 15-minute channel. The 4-hour channel, you can see that it hasn't really fired off much either since like the 27th. There's not many. But each time one of these alerts fire off, it's like landing in a jackpot because there's a good chance that it's going to rally. But just because they fire off a signal, it doesn't mean it's guaranteed to win you the trade. You also need to know how to trade as well. That's why I created a short tutorial on how to use this channel to the maximum. So I created an introduction video. I also created a very long video for you guys to learn how to use the signals group. This is like a 30-minute video and a bunch of different rules here as well for you to follow. So even though it's a signals group with alerts, I'm still very transparent with you guys and I'm not promising you the world. What I am going to promise you is highly confluent reasons to enter the trade, but also knowing how to enter the trade, how to trade properly, how to manage your risk, how to take profit, how to exit the trade. That's also going to be dependent on if you are successful with it or not. But so I highly recommend you guys to get into this AI signals tutorial and the whole thing because it can help you find many trades. So other than that, guys, so the reason I talked about it, the 4-hour and the 15-minute channel, it's not to sell you guys something. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm showing you it because it means that there's not many signals going off. So because there's not many signals going off right now, it means that the market is pretty bad on both the 4-hour and the 15-minute time frame. And then when you combine it with my volatility indicator, it tells you that the market's pretty like sideways or bad, right? So in better days, we're going to see so many things firing off. Like, have we had any good days recently? Not really. Like, not. It's been a while since we've had like a really good day. So I'll catch up with you guys soon, okay? I plan to see a lot of you guys in the Discord AI group or in the indicator itself. So have yourselves a great Sunday and take care.